Hey, y'all, N4H&H here. I want to tell you something. I could do some things that would make this more financially feasible for me to do, and I want to explain to you why I don't do it. Okay, so you may know this. I don't have any corporate sponsors, and what I could do is set it up to where I could send you to sites that would reimburse me if you buy something, with a code and all that sort of thing. And I want to explain to you why I don't do that. Because those of you who have been following me for a while know this. I'm trying to save you guys money. I want to give you the information that you need, the knowledge to make very wise purchases. So, for example, some of you know that I don't endorse the very expensive Yaesu microphones because you have all the onboard equalization you need on the newer Yaesu radios. So, the roughly $150 M70 in today's prices is actually enough microphone if you're looking for a desktop microphone for a Yaesu rig. And in fact, some of the people who I've helped set up some of the more expensive microphones, well, I'll just tell you one, that the M1, the reference mic, that has two built-in EQs, we essentially turn those off and we go to the dynamic element and we turn it into an M70. So I want to give you information that would help you save money. And let me just say about that microphone. That microphone costs, I think right now it's around $670, maybe $660. Think of what you could buy as far as an antenna with the money that you would save between the price of a $150 M70 and that M1 microphone. So I know Yaesu won't like me telling you things like that, but my channel is all about helping you, okay? And the reason I can do that is because I do have a support team, but they are you. They are viewers who have chosen to support this channel and my efforts through the Patreon site, which is a way that you can donate, but I also give a lot of extras over on the Patreon site that will never show up here on the public YouTube channel. So I want to give you some examples of why I don't set myself up for commercialization, okay? It's just amazing when you see what I'm about to show you. So, and don't adjust your set. The reason I may not be perfectly centered in your screens because I'm about to go away, and here's why. I'm going to turn on my browser and bring myself down here into the corner, and I'll explain to you why I want you to see this. So why wouldn't I set it up to where I could get a kickback, a finder's fee, as it were, from Amazon when I tell you that you can go to Amazon and buy an FT891. Well, look at the price there, $779.95 as I film this, okay? And I'm filming this on November 3rd, 2023. Amazon's choice, $779.95. Now, look over here to the right. I got to get myself out of the way for you to see that. I want you to see who, right here where the little hand is, the company that's going to ship that to you is Gigaparts. All right, now, so let's do this. Let's go over to Gigaparts and see how much the FT891 is. $679.95. Okay, wait a minute. Versus $779.95 from Amazon. Now, even if you pay Amazon's yearly fee, and if they're yearly free and get free shipping, that's still not equitable there. I don't think you'd want to do that. So I can't, in good conscience, tell you guys to order a radio from Amazon. I mean, it's just very seldom that you'll find anything on Amazon that is lower in price than our ham radio stores that we all know and love. Okay, so let me show you another example. So I'm going to pull it up on eBay. And look, there it is, $779.95. Well, look who it is again, Gigaparts. Gigaparts, right here, it says Gigaparts. All right. So, and let me just tell you, it's not that Gigaparts is trying to treat you wrong. The issue is that these eBay, Amazon, they're going to take a chunk of it. And basically, Gigaparts is having to increase the price to make up for that. And, well, I guess in a sense, if you love the convenience of buying from eBay, then you'll pay that extra $100, okay? All right, let's take a look at DX Engineering. Let's see, FT, I was looking at the 710. Look at it, $999.95. I'm going to pull up the FT 891. And, $679.95. The Gigaparts, DX Engineering, Ham Radio Outlet, they tend to keep their prices about the same. Sometimes one will beat the other by a few dollars, things like that, just on a given day or week. Okay, let's bring up Ham Radio Outlet, hamradio.com. There it is, $679.95. You see what I mean? They're all staying about the same. Now, I'm going to bring it up. Oh, and let me mention one more thing about eBay. Be very careful on eBay purchases, especially some of these that the names that you don't even recognize. I would avoid those. You don't know what you're getting. Look at this, pre-owned for $640. Well, for what, $39.99 more, or you get 3-year warranty, right? This is why it makes no sense hardly ever to buy a radio from eBay. I'm sorry. I mean, once in a while you'll find a good deal. But, I mean, here's one here, but look at this, from Japan. This is what I want you to know. You got to avoid that because some of the radios you buy directly from Japan, well, the frequency ranges that they operate are for Japan, okay? Remember, like, why is there an FT65R and an FT65E? That's because the E is for European and the R is for America. So you got to be very careful about buying these radios from other countries. That's another consideration. All right, so let me try the FT65HT. FT65R, $119.95 from, well, look at there, Gigaparts. And there's $149.95 also from Gigaparts, but that one has Mars cap modification done to it by Gigaparts. Okay, so they're charging a little extra for that. So $119.95. Now let's go check Gigaparts site for the FT65. And there it is, $99.95. So $20 less buying it from Gigaparts. Now, that might be one where you would say, well, no, but look, free shipping. There you go. So I was going to say, well, if you got Amazon, you could get free shipping. Maybe there wouldn't be a big price difference, but there is, because you got a $20 savings by buying it directly from Gigaparts website rather than buying it from Gigaparts via Amazon or what was this? eBay. Now, well, let's check Amazon. FT65R. I'm not going to do many of these. I think you'll get the point. Let's see. There we go. $127.88. I'm not even sure who that's from. Let's see. It's called the Overall Pick. And, well, Gigaparts. Okay, look at that. And it's 14% discount right now. $127.88. So, again, you're better off buying directly from Gigaparts, okay? And I don't work for any of these companies. They don't do me any favors. I'm just being straight with you because that's what my channel is all about. I want you guys to enjoy your radios, but I don't want you to spend too much. And thankfully, the Patreon support members who help me do this, especially the ones who support my channel for a year at a time, they make these videos possible, and this is why I can be straight with you and not be coerced by a manufacturer to tell you only the good stuff, right? Okay, so that was that one. Let's try something completely different. Let's try the IC 7300 from Amazon. $1199.95 from Amazon, but let's see who you're really buying it from. Again, Gigaparts, okay, $1199.95 from Gigaparts. Now let's go check Gigaparts' own website. So IC-7300, $99.95. That's interesting. I'm sorry, I said $99.95. $999.95. That's after a mail-in rebate. Always pay attention to that as well. And looks like they've got a used one that'll save you about, $150. Now, I noticed something when I was going in there. There was another one, a clearance one that's a refurbished version, but it's the same price. So, well, I would buy the new one. Now, let's check eBay for an IC 7300. $789. Okay, but look, see who it's from? I wouldn't trust that. That's Oh, well, from Japan. I wouldn't trust that. Here's another one, but from Japan. Here's one, again, not anybody I recognize. I don't see Gigaparts in here yet either. I'm just looking at the manufacturers there. Oh, there's Gigaparts. Okay, $1249.95. Okay, $1249.95. Free shipping. But remember, directly on Gigaparts website, you can buy it for $999.95. I mean, you're saving $250. This is why I can't, in good conscience, recommend that you guys buy things off of eBay or Amazon. I just can't. Every now and then there's a rare special radio on eBay. It's usually something very old. My brother got a great deal on an FT890 AT, and it was in mint condition. It's a great starter rig. I was a little bit worried about it, but he actually bought the additional insurance in case anything was wrong with it, but it was great. It was in pristine condition. So I'm not saying there's never a good deal, but most often there's not. I've actually seen FT991As on eBay for like $1,800 new, and you could get them for $1249.95. As a matter of fact, that's a good one. Let's look that one up. FT-991A. And $1249.49. That's interesting. Those guys, they'll shave a few cents off to try to be the least expensive. So let's check that on DX Engineering. Hope you guys appreciate a video like this. I want you up $1259.95. So we'll try a ham radio outlet, FT-991A, and now on sale for $1249.95. Gigaparts is shaving, 45 cents or so, 44 cents, something like that. I threw the math in my head there. So they're about the same. Now let's try eBay for an FT991A. Well, again, these are, here we go, from Japan. Free shipping, free returns, but I wouldn't buy from Japan. It may not be the radio you want for the U.S. Now, if I have a Japanese viewer, then I guess that may be a good deal for you if you trust these sellers. And some of them have a high rating in the 90s. So here we have, oh, no, that's a microphone. Where is a 1032, but that's from Japan. I don't see a Gigaparts listing here. And it does seem that Gigaparts is the main one or the only one that will offer radios via eBay. Let's see, keep going here. No, I'm just not finding an eBay listing here from Gigaparts. All right, and so let's try Amazon. FT991A. Oh, what did I do? Got off the screen. There we go. $1499.95. Okay, well, let's see who it's from. And it's from Gigaparts. Okay, now $1499.95, so you can save around $250 by buying it for $1249.49 directly from Gigaparts. So I think you guys get the point. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of why I don't commercialize my channel. I don't get any help from anybody except these Patreon team members who, and quite frankly, the ones that only sign up monthly and stay a month or two. That's not a lot of help. I appreciate it. But the only reason this channel survives and I'm able to bring you what I call the good and the bad and the ugly about the radios is because of the Patreon support team, and primarily what I call the long haulers who support my channel for a year at a time. And I've got some now that are approaching 3 years, which is about how far back I go using the Patreon program because, well, quite frankly, YouTube ads, 116 a month, 125 a month. You can't operate a channel like this with that kind of money because these kind of videos don't go viral. So I just wanted you to kind of have a little bit of an insight in there to why you won't see me. Well, I'll say it this way. And I'm not even sure I'd do it then, but if the Patreon team abandons me and I don't have enough members to support this effort, then I would have to consider some commercialization and recommend radios and have you pay too much. And But that's just not me. It's not in my DNA. I'm sorry. I guess I would just shut down if it's not affordable to do. And, there are expenses involved in doing this, from the editing software to the storage on the cloud, and my time getting the equipment for me to review and shoot tutorials about. If I get a radio, I have to buy it, or I've had a friend of mine, Joel, who has loaned me a 991A and an IC 7300, and even most recently his FTDX 101 MP for me to shoot tutorials. So without Joel, this channel probably wouldn't exist, because even the FTDX 10 that I shot a big series about, I'm up to 94 videos, as a matter of fact, as of today. Now, you will only see about 39 of them in the public, but the Patreon team members have access to all the others. And Joel made that series possible. So, I have to depend on other people to help me do this. Yeah, okay, I've got some radio knowledge, but I'm kind of a testimony that working on radios for a living doesn't make a lot of money. And that is one of my past lives. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you and encourage you to please, check sites. I kind of spent a lot on Gigaparts because they're the only one listing on eBay, and I saw their stuff on Amazon. But, you got DX Engineering, Ham Radio Outlet. They all keep their prices about equal, so you can rest assured if you buy from either one of them. And they do usually offer free shipping if you pay. If you're buying something over a certain amount. I forget what it is. It might be $100, but they might have changed that by now. But I'm telling you guys a straight scoop, okay? It's just like you see me use Yaesu radios in my teaching. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't watch a video where I'm using a Yaesu radio and you can apply that to a Kenwood or an ICOM. Absolutely, you can. These radios all have very similar functions, features, but they just may name them something a little bit different depending upon the brand. Like a compressor might be called a processor, that kind of thing. So, and RIT, receive incremental tuning. Well, on a Yaesu, they'll call that a receive clarifier. But the techniques I teach, no matter what radio I'm using, can apply, across other radios and especially other Yaesus. Now, why do I use Yaesu? I don't have a deal with Yaesu. In fact, Yaesu and I have a strained relationship, to be flat honest with you. But they make the best radio for the money. And when I got to go put my hard-earned money down, I want the best radio I can get for the money. Nobody makes a perfect radio. They don't. Yaesu misses the mark too, but they get closer in the areas that count for me. Now, let me clarify what I mean by that. That IC 7300. If all you want to do is come home and rag chew with your friends on 75 meters, 40 meters, that's all the radio you need. It's easy, it's intuitive. But if you think you're going to get into contesting or chasing rare DX, or like me chasing soda stations, soda activators that are usually running QRP, like 5 watts, and I worked one the other day, almost 5,000 miles away, with a wire antenna. I use dipoles, mostly. And I only have one antenna that's not a dipole, and it's a vertical. But usually my wire antennas beat it. So for me, I've got to have a radio that's got an absolutely rock-solid receiver. I mean, it can knock out the interference. It can knock out the noise. And while Yaesu may not have perfection in other areas, in that area they have achieved near virtual perfection. Little menu things here and there, I wish I could get them to nip and tuck. They did add one thing to the newest updates for the FTDX 10, 101, and I think the 710, and that is I wanted to be able to change frequencies by clicking up there in the frequency display and scrolling the mouse. Now, I don't even know if they did it because of me. It could have been an engineer at Yaesu that plays with their radios and said, it'd be nice to be able to change frequency with a mouse. But I did request that as early as, a few months after the FTDX 10 was released. So, a little nip and tuck here, would be great. I don't let things like that make my purchase decision. My primary goal has to be, and I shot a video about this, I forget the title of it, but I think I'll put the link in the description here. But my primary criteria is the receiver and its ability to block noise, minimize noise at least, and block interference or minimize interference, so I can pull out those stations that are, my friend Ariel calls them just barely above imaginary. My friend Joel calls them ghost stations. that's my thing, you know. But if you're just going to rag chew, like I said, an IC 7300, FT 710 is quite a great radio, as a matter of fact. And I believe they're usually, right now, they're priced a little bit less than the IC 7300. You know, great little rig. Pure SDR, I won't kid you, it's not going to beat an FTDX10 all the way around on receive, especially in contest conditions. But it's still nonetheless a great little radio. And it is currently, right now, as I film this, it is listed on the Sherwood's list as the best pure SDR there is. Now, why can't it beat the FTDX10 and the 101, which are the top tier radios? Because it doesn't have hybrid technology, okay? If that means something to you, well, it gives you a little bit of an edge when you're dealing with interference. But, you know, there you go. Don't want you to spend too much money on these radios. And the crazy thing to me is if you go and buy on eBay or Amazon, you're probably buying from Gigaparts, and you could go buy directly from Gigaparts and save money. But if you're loyal to Ham Radio Outlet, or if you're loyal to DX Engineering, from what I see, you can rest assured that their price is going to beat eBay and Amazon. So that's bad for me because I can't set up a deal where I can encourage you to go buy from Amazon and I get a kickback. So financially, that's bad for me, but for you, it's good because I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'll keep doing that as long as the Patreon support team will back me. All right, hey, thanks for watching the video. I do appreciate you, and I'm going to, if you'll indulge me 32 more seconds, I'm going to recognize 5 of those Patreon team members that I call long haulers who made this video possible. All right, hey, 73 from N4H&H. Thank you for watching videos on my channel.